Hi everyone, welcome back on my channel. Dorota, Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here. And today we are going to do a beautiful neon pigments leaf, so you can have a wee look in here. And that's actually the set I'm wearing now on my nails, and it's so nice and bright for this time of the year. And that's why I was really happy to show you how to achieve this look. So let's start. So that's the beauties which we are going to create, that you have also seen the picture as well. And I hope you really enjoy watching this tutorial. Also on the channel there will be those beauties as well. Extreme one, like a wee garden, plus those colorful ones. I think they're pretty nice for summer too. Now let's start playing with those pigments. So I'm just going to clean my nails with the blue scrub, which is a nail dehydrator, in case if I was doing dishes and the gel is not going to stick in. And then on the side I'm just going to put the paint on French gel. And paint on French gel is a very highly pigmented gel for which things stick in really well. It has a little bit of the inhibition layer, which is absolutely perfect for playing with the pigments, and it's so highly pigmented that when we're working with the neons, they are just going to pop out even more. So absolutely amazing stuff. I just put some stuff to hold my hand in a good position. Obviously I'm painting with my left hand, and this is my not dominant hand, so the things are going to be pretty difficult for me, but hey, I'm start getting better and better at it. So in this finger I'm just going to do something from this side. So I'm painting a pretty thin line and then start doing the leaves. I want some tiny bit twist at the end of them. I just have to take a time to do it, obviously, because it's my left hand which is getting practice. And like a couple months ago, I would even don't try to attempt doing some nail art on my right hand with my left hand. But the more I do it, the easier it becomes. I mean, it's still a big struggle, don't get me wrong. You can see how my hands are shaking. Okay, good tip for you is leave some gaps in between the leaves, and also leave this part at the end. So what I'm going to do is I will just prolong it a little bit. I'll just put my hand this way. And what I'm doing is I'm prolonging those wee leaves. Just so they've got nicer shape. And now doing it on the other side. I think it's like when you start, like I have noticed there have been a seconds when I wasn't thinking what I'm doing, and then the hand doesn't shake as much. And then once I start thinking, I'm overthinking. And I think I'm too stressed that if it shakes too much, all the work is going to be waste. And just prolong it. So it is a very delicate work. Now I'm not happy with this leaf. So the first one is nicely done. And you've got two choices. One choice is you could carry on, and that's what I'm going to do it with the other part. So if we have created this design this way, the other one should go this way. So I'm just going to turn my hand. And now we are going to paint from the bottom. So give it a nice twist. I think this will be a really great design for my clients once the lockdown is lifted. I mean, obviously I would paint it much quicker with my right hand. And then the other side. You really don't want to speed up this process because the quicker I paint, the uglier it is. Okay, then the other side, just to prolong the sweet tips, bottoms of the leaves. And I think they look prettier. Just by adding those wee lines. Oh my goodness, I can imagine how this set will look like once the pigment goes over it. Now to create those kind of shape, I'm pressing harder first and then much lighter. So the lighter I press, the less product I'm going to leave. If this is a first tutorial you are watching here, you can also check how I'm doing the shaping and how I sculpt the nails. And there is a playlist like different nail shapes. And then I show how to sculpt the coffin nails, how to sculpt the stiletto nails like Russian almond. And all sort of different shapes. And this tutorials like when I'm working with my left hand. Sorry, I can't speak when I'm painting. Are just showing that practice makes perfect. Like sometimes I get like lots of nice comments. Thank you so much for them. I really appreciate that. Like, oh, this is so beautiful. I would never do that. Of course you would. So now I'm just prolonging the tips and I'm going to do that on this side too. It is a matter of the practice, definitely. Same like I could honestly never paint with my left hand, and the more I do it, the kind of better it becomes. I have just smudged the design. So if things like that happen, which is awesome, I'm always happy for the things happen during the videos. I have took the blue scrub, which is a nail dehydrator, and I'm just cleaning properly. You have to make sure you do really clean it properly, otherwise the pigment will stick into that. So I have cleaned it properly, and now I'm just going to touch up this design. Okay, now I'm going to cure it. Okay, so this is just a couple seconds cure to freeze the product so it doesn't smudge again. And now I'm going to paint another one. So I will go like this. This is going to be a longer one. So my hands stop shaking now, I think. Which makes it a bit quicker to paint. Okay, now we need to just prolong it again. And the other side. I'm not happy with the shape of the sleeve, so I'm just going to fix it. Okay, I'm also missing something for a balance, because balance is pretty important on this side. So maybe just a 2 leaves. No, the only way I can paint the leaves is in this shape, because that's what my hand can cope with. We all kind of have the favorite shapes which we're able to paint, and doing it in different direction is just so difficult. Also keeping in mind that there is a camera and you need to guys see what I'm doing, so That means I cannot place it in a position which I need it. That will look awesome, I can just imagine it. Actually, that's a pretty nice, even like this. We could sprinkle it with the sugar. And that would look really nice. And then the last one I'm just going to place in here. Where I'm going to place. No, I'm going to place from the top in here. Those thinnest parts are the hardest ones. Also, if you like any of the tutorials you see in here, you can recreate this work and hashtag Dorota Palicka, as once sometimes I'm producing videos of your work and sharing it here as well. I'm just preparing and collecting all your work. And it can be on different social medias. Okay, just the last touch-ups and we can move on into the exciting part. This is a real struggle. There we are. Now you cannot, now a little bit more talking. The painting is finished, so I can talk. I can explain the things more. Very important thing is you cannot put the paint on French gel too thick. If you do it too thick, it's not going to cure properly. And then at the same time, you don't want to over cure it as well, so the pigment sticks in. Okay, I've got some baby wipe because the pigments are very messy. So I'm just going to open some of the colors, and we're definitely going to use some green. We're going to use some orange, some yellow, definitely a pink. And what else? No, I don't have blue. So I would stick with these 4 colors. And I'm going to cure it at 60 seconds exactly. So another couple seconds, and then actually I'm getting the cameraman to open the wee pigments for me. It will be quicker, you wouldn't have to wait for it. They're really messy, so I suggest like you always put a wee wipe or something in there. We've got someone doing some garden house or something outside. I can hear all these noises. Okay, that's my hand cure, so I'm just going to take the pigments. I will give you also the link in the description of this video for the pigments. And I'm using just like a messy brush. So what you need is a tiny bit of the wipe where you can clean off the brush with the pigments. And now we are going to start doing the colors. And also I suggest if you dip in your brush in yellow, just do it with yellow. So I'm just going to do it yellow here. And then for a change, yellow on the top. Then yellow here. Then yellow on the top. And tiny bit yellow on the bottom. and then here on the bottom, just so the things go together. Okay, so we've got yellow, and now I'm going to just rub this in. I really like this yellow. So you apply the pigment first, and then you kind of wrap this in. Clean the brush, go into the orange, because that's your next color. Place it there first. The reason behind placing it first there is just because it is so pigmented that it's very hard to clean it from the brush, and if you've got too much, you're going to make a mess work. Okay. Going to clean it a bit and now start massaging it. So this way we are creating a nice ombre. So I'm massaging those pigments in. And in some places I'm pressing harder if I want to blend it better. See, this one went over my yellow, which was good. Now cleaning my brush again, and we dip in to the pink. I'm so excited about these colors that I'm not going to have a room for a green. I will leave some green here. I'm going to clean the brush again. Or actually I should swap it for a purple or a blue, because the green is not going to go now. So the green will go with yellow like it did in here. So that is better. But then I have no yellow to join it in. And I think it would be too risky to apply it over the... No, that's... I don't want that. I want purple. That would be too risky to apply it at close to the pink. Or maybe not. But the purple is the darkest one from all of them. So, okay, let's take the risk. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of green here. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, we've got the green. Just so it goes with my thumb. Okay, after we have created this step, the next important one is to take a soft brush and then remove the excess of the pigment. So you have to brush it really well. Okay, and you can see it, the design only sticks into the part where we had the paint on French. And my cuticles. Okay, so I'm just going to give it last clean where the cuticles are. And now I can show you the final look after application of the top coat. And then I show you how I clean it as well, and on the cuticle area. So you could either use a blue scrub, which is a pretty strong stuff to clean the things. And that will make it to come off much easier. So I'm just cleaning that, and then use the baby wipes if there is any other bits and pieces. I mean, obviously washing the hands will clean everything even better, but you can see how nicely it is clean. There is no product anywhere, and we've got a beautiful design. I'm just going to probably wash my hands after all that to make sure all the bits and pieces have came off, but just so it looks half decent, I'm just going to show you that. Okay, so really nice and beautiful set. Thanks guys for watching. Glittery hacks, and bye for now.